Need some advice.
Got it.
Good. So, Mr. Wells, if you could introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Mr. Wells, Mr. Rashad Wells. I work here at Parkview. It's going on my second year as a school counselor. I'm graduated from North Carolina A&T State University in 2009 and graduated from Liberty University in 2013.
So, why don't you, well, it would be helpful for us to learn a little bit of background about the school. So can you tell me a little bit about the demographics of your school?
Okay. Demographics, we are a majority minority school where we reach towards, I guess, heavy African American population and minority Hispanic population. We are a Title I school, also a Priority 1 school. That means we get a lot of funding. Where our teachers get overdoses of training, professional developments, ways to gear towards our students to help them out, enriching our population and community.
What are the most challenging parts of your job?
Challenging part is the behavior of our students and working with the demographic.
Can you expound on that a little bit?
To stay professional, it's just, it comes challenging when you have students that are quote-unquote ADHD, behavioral mal-issued behaviors, and just do not know, understand, or get the training at home to translate to or in the classroom. And it's just, kids that don't sit down, kids that don't respect the classes, the teacher, or the peers, students that just have major social skill problems that they have not grasped at their home settings.
And do you think that their home setting has a big impact on their learning outcomes or even their social outcomes in school?
I think it has a huge outcome with everyone's life, with their social and their academic developments.
Can you give any, without saying names, any specific examples, any specific examples of, how a kid's or a child's childhood or their home background directly interferes with their social skills here, their learning outcomes?
So if a kid is not immersed into an environment at home that has them learn, has them have the skills that not really forces them, but trains them to be, communicators, knowing how to respect an adults, authority figures, getting the proper training at home of, knowing how to just simply follow simple instructions. So it's a fundamental, basic learning that we don't have.
Is there something like a common bond in your school that you see that they're lacking from their homes? Or is there a common theme that a lot of the kids come here with lacking? Or is it just, vary from child to child of what they're lacking?
I think it varies from child to child. It's a different case by case. So, but generally, it's just access to, access or the aware that they have access to resources to, I don't know the words to say, but it's just having those accesses to things that would better them in their livelihood, like food, having food on the table, having the adequate coats to wear, because we're coming into winter season. I'm seeing kids still with shorts, kids still not having their faces washed, and kids that still are defining their behaviors. And going back to the question before, is that affects the academic in the classroom, because it should not take 10-15 minutes to get you in order. It's taken away from the other students that are listening, and it's taken away from the other students that are there and engaging in the classroom.
So, do you have any possible solutions? You've been a counselor for
I don't have any solution. I'm still working at those things.
Do you have any insights?
I do not have any insights, because I'm a fairly new school counselor, and I'm working through my experiences and trying to make sure the mission of my school, since we are an expressive arts school, we focus on arts and education, and really that's really my main focus in developing that curriculum, developing that understanding that arts propels that student in
And
academics
that's an
and social
interesting thing. Do you
development.
find that to be helpful in the social skills, being this an art expressive school? Do you think that's something that could be helpful for other kids or other models? Do you like
Well,
this?
I think it's a tangible thing that our African American population and minority population can, I guess, grasp really quickly because we are a gifted culture as well as other minority cultures that we are expressive. So if we can utilize their already God-given expression or talent to be expressive and have that translate into their academics and how they communicate and be sociable with others, they just go hand in hand. It helped me as a student, and I know it will help others.
Thank you, Mr. Wells, for your time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a possible solution. I don't know why